Stop intellectualizing everything. Hello, welcome back to my 90 days of lessons from me to you. And we're in the car again, in between jobs right now. So, yeah. But today is day 65, I believe. I really need to check and go see. But today's lesson is stop intellectualizing everything. That's a really bad habit that I have. I try to put some type of logic or rationale behind everything, and I know that in the past videos I've said that like sometimes it just is what it is, like there's no reason, like there's nothing to do with you, but it doesn't help that your mind kind of operates on its own. I know people always talk about controlling your mind or tempering your mind and things like that, but like we're not monks, we're human. Like, I mean, monks are human, but we're not training our minds multiple times a day to do this and do that, right? Like we have things going on, we're kind of busy, blah blah blah, X, Y, Z. So it's when you're not busy, it's kind of hard to control your mind, to temper your mind, because I feel like a wandering mind, a mind that's not being used tends to wander, right? And what do I mean by that? Mind where you're not studying, you're not working on something, maybe you're just chilling, you're just relaxing, and then your mind just starts to wander. You start thinking about different things, right? And within thinking about those different things, I'm speaking from my own experience here, my mind likes to put a reason behind everything, because I usually have a reason as to why I do everything, right? So I like to believe that other people have their reasons for doing everything. But one thing that I always say, and this is when I always say this with relationships, is how you feel is important, right? You don't need a reason for the things that you're doing, unless it's like super abrupt or not abrupt, but destructive or something like that. You know what I mean? But how you feel is important. The reason why you're doing it, yeah, it's important too, but not as much as how you feel. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Like, take for example, again, my friend, say they do something, right? And I'm just like, yo, I don't think that was the right move to make. You could have handled that a little bit better. And they're just like, that's just how I felt in the moment. Like, my mind, because I can speak from this experience. My mind has told me not to do something, right? It'll go through all the reasons as to why I shouldn't do something. But because of the way that I feel, I'll do that thing too. I'll still do it, right? And maybe it wasn't the right move to make. Maybe it was me, like, quote unquote, listening to my heart instead of listening to my brain, which kind of, whatever, let's not get into the semantics of that. But was it a stupid thing to do? Yeah, but I did it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes it feels, at least you've gotten your answer, right? Say, for example, this is a girl I was interested in, for some reason, didn't work out, and I'm just like, damn, man, I really think it could have worked out. Let me try at least one more time. Try that one more time. If it doesn't work, leave it alone. I feel like that's the pitfall that we get into, where your brain is intellectualizing why you shouldn't do it. It's giving you all the logical reasons as to why you shouldn't do it. But logic doesn't always apply to certain things, right? And we can even say that with the universe. There's a lot of things that we don't understand the logic for it, right? The quote unquote logic. So our understanding of logic doesn't apply to it. So it doesn't matter anymore, right? And it's not that it doesn't matter, but we can't fully intellectualize it. We can't fully put a reason behind it. Sometimes it's just a feeling. It's just a thing that you have to trust. You're just like, it is that way because it is that way. Sorry. It's had a lot of water and I'm kind of fasting right now. But yeah, man, I know that you may feel better if you intellectualize things. Maybe it'll help you, put it behind you, put the past behind you. But sometimes you're never gonna get that, and you're just gonna drive yourself crazy looking for that answer, right? There's not always a concrete answer to why something went the way it did or why something's going the way it does. You just have to accept it for what it is and keep it pushing. You just have to accept it for where it is. And this idea of intellectualizing everything, it'll leave you stagnant. If you need to search for a reason as to why every single little thing happens to you in life, you'll never go anywhere with your life because you're too busy looking back. That's what intellectualizing is, right? You can intellectualize in the moment, but for the most part, I always talk about learning lessons from things that you've been through. And to do that, you do need to intellectualize things, right? But you can't be stuck every single day intellectualizing things, because then you're never experiencing more things to then intellectualize. And those things that you may be experiencing in that day to intellectualize is probably helping you more than what it was in the past. I know it's kind of like it's cyclical, right? Because life is cyclical. Life is a cycle. And I know it sounds crazy and redundant, but that is kind of what life is. You're just doing. They always say the best way to be successful in life is to do the same thing every single day, or the same thing a lot of times, till you get better at it. That's what makes life successful. That's what gives you success in life, right? Me doing this every single day, coming on here making videos every single day, yeah, that's how I'm gonna get better at this. But to get better at something, you need to have experience, right? And to unpack that experience, you need to intellectualize that experience. But you can't do that. I feel like I'm going in a circle here. You can't do that all the time, bro. Sometimes you just gotta let the brain just experience it and let the body digest it. And if it doesn't work out the way you want it to work out, it doesn't seem the way you want to see it, let it go. That's the most important thing. If you can't intellectualize something, sometimes you just gotta let it go. You just gotta let go and let life, let go and let live. Because again, if you keep doing that, you're gonna be stuck. You're never gonna go anywhere. You're never gonna do the things you want to do. You're never gonna truly be who you want to be. So yeah, that's one of the things I'm really trying to work on with myself, is stop intellectualizing everything. And I feel like I'm getting pretty good at it, right? I feel like I'm going to speak from the perspective of as a man. As a man, once you get some experience in life and you go through different things, you realize that not everything needs an answer. Because, if you keep searching for answers for everything, you'll never truly find the answers for everything. There is no answer to every single question in the universe. There is an answer, but there is not an answer. You're not going to be the guy to find that answer. You're not going to be the guy to find out every single answer. And this is not a challenge to somebody out there to find those answers. But yeah, man. Yeah. Afro's out. I kind of feel a little bit, I love my hair, but I feel a little bit, I just feel like it makes my face look a type of way that I don't really like, but here nor there. But as always, see God in every single thing that you do, put him first, and love yourself more than you love anybody else. And if there's nobody out there that loves you, I love you, but there's somebody out there that loves you. I'll see you guys tomorrow.